Welcome mates to my very first World of Warships video. I'm gonna kick this off with showing you a game in my T10 American battleship the Montana. This is actually at this very moment the highest damage Montana game on the European server. Now you might think that I am a beginner with a lot of luck, but rest assured I am a unicorn player and I do have the lovely Jolly Roger 2 flag hanging off my ship. As you see in the chat at this moment, there is someone who is not very fond of the matchmaking. Well, that's because the great German battleship plague has struck this game very hard. I'm not facing off one or two, I am actually facing off 4 Grosser Kürfurst in this game. Which of course means that there is a lot of HP for me to farm on. Now, as I usually do, I start off my battleships with HE loaded to be able to set early spotted enemy battleships on fire or snipe early spotted destroyers. And first up is the first Grosser Kürfurst. Shocker. Now, as you may have noticed, I am actually using the stealthy Montana build, and I have to say I love it. It is awesome for sneaking up on enemy battleship and cruisers alike and shoot them in the side. Now, a second Grosser Kürfurst has been spotted in more or less the same place, and since both of them are giving me full broadside, I am swapping over to armor piercing shells. As my first armor piercing salvo is in the air, a cyclone starts rolling in over the game. And I do one of the almost impossible feats to do. I actually made a citadel hit on the Grosser Kürfurst, and I believe this is my very first citadel hit ever on the Grosser Kürfurst. I also do deliver some love to my fellow Yamato players who actually started reversing this early in the game. Now my second armor piercing salvo on the Grosser Kürfurst is massive. A solid 23k hit. Now, as you can see, there is a lonely little Des Moines over on this side. They're only T10 cruiser, and he is in a very bad spot. Now I am holding my shots a bit to see if he's going to start to go forward. Even though I am doing that, my shots are actually terrible. I only do hit him for a 16k hit, which I would say is horrible considering I was only 12 kilometers away and I had a full broadside on him. Now, the only threat to me at this very moment is actually Kagero hitting the A-cap, because there's no battleship aiming on me, even though I am driving far ahead of my team on the left flank. Now my second salvo with my rear guns here actually do some damage to the point. As I cash in my first citadel on him, he gets finished off by a friendly Iowa. And I continue my smooth sailing along the western flank. Now the perk with the stealth build on the Montana is that between each salvo of fire you are very likely to be unspotted. Now as their Kagero flashed up there for a second, I load HE shells to be ready to engage him. And I also start turning towards him to avoid any incoming torpedoes. Now at this moment, more or less the whole of my team is behind the A-cap and the whole of their team is on the way to the B-cap or already on the C-cap. Now I ignore the Kagero and use my HE on the Grosser Kürfurst instead, which I believe is Grosser Kürfurst number 3 that I have been able to shoot at. Now, around 5 minutes have passed in this game, and I have already reached a 93k damage, and no other battleships have even fired at me. So I'm really having a blast over here. As I turn my bow towards the enemy battleship, I'm actually going to be fired upon for the first time by them. As you can see what they're doing, they are camping behind that island and actually reversing one of them. This of course is an opportunity I do not want to miss. I'm gonna try to snipe them. As I notice his smokestacks, he is actually starting to go forward again, so I do adjust my aim a bit and try to compensate for that. And I do hit him for a solid hit of around 15k and destroy a turret. Now once more the Kagero is spotted, but he's being chased away by my friendly squad that has advanced up towards A now. I am here going to try to snipe the Iowa before it gets around that island, but I'm only going to hit a bit in the rear for a 4.4k hit. Now at this moment, the enemy team is pushing ahead. They are almost 200 points before us. They have gotten one more kill and they are about to get one more cap. And once again the Kagero is spotted, but I am going to ignore him for the moment. I'm going to try to do another snipe on a Grosser Kürfurst that once again is showing a full broadside towards me. And of course, since I am using the Stealth Montana, I was not detected before I fired, so I could use a full salvo on him without being at risk of firing back. But he isn't even looking at me at this moment. Once again, the Kagero pops out from his hiding place, and I start turning towards him to avoid any incoming torpedoes. Luckily, I also have great support at this very moment from both cruisers and the Udalai. I am trying to snipe out an Ibuki here, which is going to get away. But he will return later in this game and cause me some trouble. And as the Kagero used all of his torpedoes on our Russian destroyer, I am safe from that threat. Now, what on earth is this Iowa doing? He has backed off, but I believe he realized his mistake and started going forward again. So I won't be able to reload before he escapes behind that island once more. Now, kindly enough, a Grosser Kürfurst starts reversing down here towards me. Instead of shooting the Iowa, I get a free shot on him. I am most grateful for the Grosser Kürfurst player who just gave me another 20k damage. And as this happens, the Cyclone hits with full power and I can no longer see them. But this is an ample opportunity for me to advance much closer. Now, when you're playing battleship, especially American ones, there's one thing that is crucial. Never give the enemy a chance to put a full broadside into your side, because that can more or less one-hit an American battleship. Now this Grosser is of course a bit more safe. I will score solid hits on him here in his broadside, but I won't be able to citadel him at this range. I also have my trusted secondaries who put it on fire. Now I am going to try to snipe this hipper, but he do get away in the cyclone. Now, you cannot see this at this moment in replay, but I am actually starting to turn my rudder to not show my broadside to the enemies over on the B cap. As I do this, the enemy I will get spotted, and he has no clue I'm here. He gives me an easy shot on his side, and with just one salvo from my rear and forward guns, I will wipe him out. And as I have already get the turn, I don't take a big hit. I only take a 6k hit. And he is out of the way. Up here comes a little Ibuki. This is not the same Ibuki I was trying to snipe earlier. This is actually another one. Now I'm gonna show you how not to aim. Yeah, look at that. That's freaking terrible. At this very moment, my secondary is aiming better than that. Now, many players in this situation would probably just push through this hole here and shoot the broadside. But I am not going to do that. I'm turning up my rear instead, so I don't take a citadel from the Grosser Kürfurst behind me. But he, on the other hand, he is once again giving me a full broadside to shoot at and farm damage. Thanks to that, I reached a high caliber achievement in this game. And I am now about 200k damage in this game. Now, as you notice, the enemy team still have a solid lead, and they have a cruiser about to cap A. So of course I take course towards A, and I'm going to engage him. I'm not very afraid of cruisers since I'm in Montana, of course. However, this cruiser player, he is actually fairly good. Now, I make an assumption he isn't good. So I'm holding my shot here to wait for he really gonna give me an easy broadside to shoot at. That actually makes me missing most of my salvo and only doing a 4k hit on him. Now, most cruiser players, they panic when they get this close to battleship, but this fella isn't doing that. He's keeping his front towards me at all time. I'm also a bit worried about the Grosser Kürfurst behind me, but I do realize that my trusted cruisers in my team will take him down. Now, I'm holding my shot here because I believe that he will once more show a broadside towards me. And I'm afraid if I don't one-shot him, then he's going to turn up his rear and torpedo me. So I'm taking a bit cautious here. In the end, my patience will of course run out and I will try to kill him. As you see, I obviously failed. But this fella, he doesn't turn up his bow and torpedo me now. So I'm very lucky. And at the same moment, who shows up in the cyclone? Yeah, the Grosser Kürfurst number 4. I think. And he is gonna give me some German love. Bam. Yeah. That's what happened to American battleships when they shot in the side. Well, at least I can finish off this Ibuki and turn my attention to my newfound battleship friend ahead. Now, the obvious thing for him to do now is either turn away from me or turn towards me. But no. He's gonna show me full broadside, like everyone else has done in this game. I thank you, sir, for even more damage to my point. And with that salvo, I get the Confederate achievement, which actually would be the last achievement in this game.
Main turret critically damaged.
Now, this is the first time he started turning away from me. I don't really know why he did it this time. Anyway, since he didn't do it earlier. But as you can see, I do no damage at all to him when he shows his stern towards me. At this moment, I am slowing down my speed to stay in the cap to the later points as much as possible. Now, I believe I am done for it at this moment, but once again, this fella is turning up and showing full broadside to me. This is when out, this guy is screwed. What do you know? The Cyclone actually is hiding more surprises behind me. Look at that! Grosser Kürfurst number 3 is back in business in my ass! Yeah, crap. I quickly swap over to my rear guns to give him some love. This is looking pretty grim at this moment.
The ship is on fire. We destroyed an enemy battleship.
And now I use my rep to wrap up the fires. I use my endurance to gain some more HP. But anyhow, I'm in a bad position. Now, as you see, my rep is over, and there his secondaries put the fire on me once again, and now I am toast. I'm gonna try to load in some HP here, since he has used his repair. But I won't be able to finish my loading before he fires an arrow salvo at me and finish me off. In the end, my remaining teammates did finish off the crippled Grosser Kürfurst and won us the game. This was of course an amazing game for me, at least considering damage, where I did a massive 373,000 damage and broke my own damage record with probably 70,000. But I did only get 3 kills. As you can see, I only got 780k credits, which is pretty low for this amount of damage, but then me dying and with a low kill count did of course lower the income. I also only did 4 citadels throughout the whole game, but that's not very strange when you face German battleship, because they are damn near impossible to citadel. In the end I got 3.4k base experience, which is very good, but far from my best, which has been closer or beyond 4k. And that concludes my first World Warships video. Thank you for watching, and please come again!